All right. Welcome to my stream. So, I listen to a lot of productivity podcasts. And one of the ones that I listen to talks about the T framework, so TEA. So, it stands for time, energy, attention. So, I have a lot of time today. It's Sunday, so it's my day off. I have a very low amount of energy because I keep waking up at 4 o'clock for whatever reason, because my body's like, and time to go. But my intention is good. So, what that means for today is I have the ability to sit and reflect on my stream that went yesterday, the tournament, but I don't really have the ability to be entertaining and have fun with playing Elden Ring and drumming and whatnot. So, change of plans. I'm not going to do that today. But I am, however, going to review the tournament from yesterday. Now, if I pull this up so you can actually see it, and let me actually switch to this view. Makes it a little bit better. Yesterday's tournament, I did okay at in terms of placement and in terms of eliminations and whatnot. However, I did do significantly better in terms of just being able to respond to firefights and whatnot. So we're going to review that and see what can I learn, what can I improve, what can I practice for next time. So that's the goal. So here's what the stats look like. So my worst placement was 82nd. My best placement was 12th, and I got 0 wins. In terms of placement points, I got, what would that be, 37? Yeah. Okay. So overall, points-wise, it's okay, Jared, you actually did worse point-wise, and placement-wise, you only did a little bit better. True. However, we shall see that I actually performed better in terms of how I did. So let's start off with the very first match in yesterday's tournament. So when it started, decided to land over here. This is an excellent location to go for some different hard mats and whatnot. So there's some metal, there's some brick, all sorts of good stuff going on here. Okay, so I'm getting my materials, kind of doing my thing. And then right here, notice footsteps. So I build so they can't get in easily. I start to heal. Okay, so if we, whoops. So I go out to engage with this person. I'm using the drum, which I don't like.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
And then I get wrecked. I don't think they missed a single shot. Agreed. Okay, so let's move forward to my reflection on here and hear what I say. Yeah, I should have switched over to SMG on that. With the blue SMG, at that range, it probably would have done better than the drum would have. I was kind of hoping they would get closer, but the range that they were at for most of that time was not necessarily ideal for that kind of spray with that particular gun, in my opinion. Okay, so I sort of agree, but I also now disagree after going back and watching this. So if we look at this clip, so the person right here, the SMG would have been better, in my opinion, for this scenario. The combat, I would have been able to hit them pretty good, and then to switch to the drum, because they get really close to me. Where I actually messed up is I'm hitting, and I was anticipating them continuing to move over in this direction. However, what ends up happening is, it's going really slow. They stop, and so I missed this last shot there that I think would have killed them. If we look at their health right here. Hey, Taco, good morning. So, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the drums. I prefer to use the striker, the pump, so that way I can hit them once, switch over to the SMG, and then if they're not dead at that point, switch back to the shotgun. What I think I need to practice more is using the drum and starting with the SMG, which is better for more mid-range, and then switching over to the drum if they get close like they did right here. I think that could have helped me, but also, just not missing would have definitely helped as well. Okay, so the next section, where'd my cursor go? Is hiding. There it is. Okay, so the next section, when I start, I'm going back to the dock, or at least attempting to. And here's a weird thing that happened. Okay, so I pick up this shield keg, and I throw it, and look what happened.
What just happened?
It went all the way down the hill, so I have no idea what was up with that, why it did that, but I don't know, is that a known glitch? I wouldn't have thought that, hey, don't throw it at a tree stump, because it's going to launch it
What just happened?
30 meters away.
What?
So, yeah, confused. That was very random. Okay, so let's actually get to the next engagement. So, going through, I heal up right here. I realize that there are two people who are fighting, and I frankly wanted to do a placement. That's what I wanted to focus on, and given that there's only 77 people left, I just didn't want to engage with them. I didn't feel like I had the ability to engage with them because I had 3 assaults and nothing else. So it would have been fine at range, but as soon as they got close up, that wouldn't have gone well. Shield kegs are weird. They do that sometimes. Yeah, that was the first time for me that I've seen that happen, but I haven't really used them that much. So what I ended up doing for this particular match is I chose to not engage with this fight, and I just left. I let them do their thing. And so I went out into the water. This allowed me to get some more metal, some hard mats, and I went around over to the edge. This allowed me to get some more weapons. I was actually able to get a shotgun, some more mats, etc., etc. So I get into a truck up here, and this was probably a mistake. I was trying to get into the zone, and I was like, oh, I can get there pretty quickly. I doubt anyone's over here on the edge, but given that it's arena, people are likely going to be on the edges of the maps, and that's something I need to remind myself. So somebody started to engage with me and follow me, shooting at me. So I just continued to drive away. Now, at this point, they are flying right behind me and trying to get to me, which leads us to them getting in my truck. I get out, hit them. All I've got is a shotgun for this short, close range.
Oh, got third party by somebody else.
Yeah, so not only did he kill me with the shotgun. Does Spider-Man have shoes on, or... Oh, didn't mean to leave that one in there. And... Okay, let me watch this one more time. Real quick.
Oh, got third party by somebody else.
Yeah, so... Here, let me back up so you can see this.
He is.
You can hear him flying, and I think he just entered as soon as he could. But yeah, it totally looks like he teleported there. I don't know. There's been some weird, I don't know if it's server stuff or what, yesterday in particular when I was streaming. So I don't like that this person was engaged. You can see on the look of my face, I'm not a fan of this. All I've got is a shotgun. This is the slow shotgun. I really wish I had an SMG right here to be able to switch to it, but I don't. But let's go to the reflection on what I thought yesterday.
The truck. I don't know. It definitely gave away my position. Maybe that person didn't know I was there. But as soon as I got into that, they would get the indicator. So then they clearly pushed. But the problem was when I was engaging with him, we were getting third-partied. And I didn't have an SMG. So I kept trying to use the shotgun. So what I probably should have done was actually, I don't know, build up and try and just take the height advantage. And then maybe try and quietly leave. But, yeah, that was just unfortunate. Yeah, so watching it again... But, I don't know. I at least played a little bit better. Keep switching to that.
I didn't have the ideal weapons. I'm engaging with him. But honestly, instead of just shooting him right here, I should have built around over here to the right and kind of built up to gain an advantage. But even if I had won this fight, it would have been extremely difficult because, as you can see right here, somebody else is third partying, me in particular. So I don't know what I really could have done in this scenario. This person was more aggressive than I was anticipating them being. Nailed them right there. But, yeah. I don't know. There are quite a few of these, like, unfortunate moments, scenarios in it. But I'm learning a lot. Whoops. Pushed. Okay, let's move forward. So the next match, this is round 3. So I was planning on landing at the gas station. That didn't happen. So I landed here at Cuddle. Looted up. Let me move this a little bit. Hello. Was able to go a decent amount of time without engaging with anyone. Went over to the 7 outpost, looted up over here. Continuing to move. Less than 50 people left. I hired that person, so all of a sudden it became duos. Yeah, I agree that people want the kills, but, like, it's only worth 1 point. So, like, the risk versus the reward, I don't know if it's worth it. Okay, so I'm hanging out here because I'm trying to play for placement. 41 people left. Let me skip to the point where somebody all of a sudden appears. So here's what happens next. Oh, that's cool. So, see the footsteps.
Custom emote for you. Well, that's not good. Taken height.
So the gunfire
person, I hired you.
Is the person that I hired, the NPC. Let me back up real quick. I made a mistake right here.
It's your own custom emote.
What I should have done?
Well, that's not good.
See this? They've only got 1 point of connection to the ground. And I built more. So I should have just broken it and then taken height. It ended up working out fine for this particular moment because I was able to take height. But it would have been faster for me to, like, use my SMG to break that, maybe hit them with a shotgun, and then build to go up. Yeah, I agree. For some people, if you're able to get, like, 10 kills each round, like, it's great. I'm not confident enough in my abilities yet. So, I don't know. Maybe in a few months I'll feel better about that. So let's see how this one plays itself out.
Heart's going.
So I'm on top.
Exhilarating. I feel so alive.
And that's where I made a mistake.
Oh, wow. Wreck.
Let's see the reflection.
Okay, so I did better with not panicking, but it felt slow when I was with them. Like, I felt like they had, I don't know, the advantage.
Yes, and then
I built up. I took height. I probably shouldn't have dropped down with the auto shotgun. That wasn't a heavy hitter like a striker, like a pump. Probably should have just maintained my position.
I don't know, Taco or anyone else who is watching, what do you all think? So,
I feel so alive.
when I'm here, I have the advantage. This was honestly a mistake. Like, if you'll notice, I'm building with the cones. And I tried to build the cone right here, but for whatever reason, it built there and did not build right here. So it built low and I fell. Oh. And then I used an auto, which just isn't as good as I want it to be. So part of it was like the cone issue, not building right here. Oh, did they break it? Is that what happened? Huh, it's not letting me scrub for some reason. That's weird. No, okay. It didn't break. It just built low for some reason. So I don't think I should have given up height. I think I should have also potentially even just used my SMG right away. I've been getting a lot better with the aim with that.
Oh, wow.
But yeah. As a positive, though, I was able to take height, and I was able to do better than last time in terms of making less mistakes when trying to regain the position advantage and whatnot. So even though I'm like dying and whatnot, like I'm still feeling like I'm playing overall much better than I did previously. So here's the next round for this particular tournament. So I'm trying to get to the 7 outpost. I felt like it was like a good position to get some materials, to get some decent weapons, etc. So I go here. Just kind of hanging out in a bush. Not trying to get some attention from anybody, etc. Kind of trolling somebody. I just happen to see them not moving. You'll notice that I don't have shield yet, which is not ideal. Zoom forward. Okay, so continuing to move. I'm able to actually finally get some shield. Going from bush to bush, cover to cover. Hanging out inside of a little build that I made. Continuing to move around to the side. Okay, so moving past Greasy. Again, just trying to play it safe. Stay on the edge of the storm. Staying out of sight from other people. And then I start to move right over here. And this is where I finally get into an engagement with somebody. So this one, let's see how it goes. Building myself in. Okay, so they have height, which I'm not a fan of. So what I decided to do was just leave, give myself some cover. The audio's not syncing. That was weird.
Monster kill.
I have no clue where that person came from. Whew. I was not expecting that at all. So, like, it was good that I was able to get away from them, but where was this other guy?
I'm gonna get in.
It's only one set of footsteps. Oh, were they hanging out in the bush and that was the other guy that came? I think that's what happened. So I think this person was just chilling in the bush. Yeah. Let's see if I can go back and see. Let's confirm. Okay, yeah, that's a different skin. Okay, so I think that person was just chilling out in the bush. So I should have switched to my shotgun earlier. I was too focused on just getting away from this person. But thankfully, I survived this. Okay, so the next little bit, I'm healing up. I'm getting better weapons. Continuing to move closer to the storm. There's a lot of people who are fighting over in this direction. And so I'm just trying to hang out on the edge over here. So I get in, I box up. I have to, unfortunately, push. So I'm right here. And I have to get all the way to the opposite side, which is exactly where this person is shooting at me from. So they are in the position advantage. They have a height advantage, etc. But let's see how this goes. Accidentally built stairs.
This one.
Force a habit, I think.
Let's see if I can tunnel. Oh no.
Messed up the tunnel there. Thought I built a roof, but I didn't. Okay. Woo. Survived that. And then... Alright, so let's watch that again. Where I messed up. Missed the shotgun. Barely survived. I should have, right here, immediately built a wall because... Then I get shot. So, I think a takeaway for this... Well, let me say that for after whatever my reflection was previously. Let's listen to that.
My heart definitely was going, but I was able to survive the battles that time. So that was good. And then my tunneling was actually fine. Like, I was able to do pretty good with that. So all the practicing I did last week, I guess, transferred over.
Yeah, I agree with that. Considering I'd only spent a little amount of time practicing tunneling a week ago, like, I actually feel like the tunneling that I did, other than this mess up with the stairs, like, was relatively pretty good. So I think my takeaway for this is, as soon as I get a kill, like, right now, I need to just immediately build any kind of lingering open walls, because people take advantage of that so quick. When you see a firefight, see somebody get hurt, you know, okay, they just got 50 shield from that or 50 health, but odds are they're going to be low on health overall, which is why I just insta-death. Oh, no! So, GG to that person. Cool. Okay, so, scrolling forward. This next one, I'm deciding to try and go back to that 7 outpost. This one, I land... Oh, no, this is a different one that I was thinking of. Okay. I thought it was the one where I only got a sniper rifle. Stay tuned. That's coming up. Okay, so I know somebody else is near me. In terms of, I saw them land. So I'm trying to keep an eye on them while moving away. So if we go over here, I see somebody swimming. They build. Okay, so I'm able to take height, which is great.
This is not my bounty. This is somebody else.
I'm not in a good position, though, in terms of anybody else. The only thing that's really working for me is the fog.
I want to get shot.
That is helping people, like, not snipe me. But, like, I really should have done a better job with, like, building on the side right here. The problem is that I wouldn't have been able to see as clearly. So I was trying to maintain this height advantage. Let's go faster.
So I do have a med kit. If I kill them, I can get some sight in.
Trying to just see if I can get around to them. Let's go even faster. Okay, so they come up.
Just trying to prevent him from being able to jump up.
See what I mean? I like that approach of use the pump first. I happen to miss with it, but then immediately switch to SMG, and I basically didn't miss any of those shots. So that was great. However,
well,
I was trying to get the minis off before I got hit. I was hoping they didn't know where I was.
Dang! Ouch!
I don't think I reloaded my SMG. So, yeah, couldn't really do much. Let's hear what the reflection was for that.
It was good that I maintained my patience with that. I missed that first shotgun, I think. And then SMG was good, but I wasn't expecting that person in a boat. Anyone in the chat have any recommendations on what to do with a boat? Because, like, I built, but it still... It seemed to do explosive damage through the wall, through the stair that I had built. Maybe I should have just built up and went back to where I was to take height and just spray them with my ranger or something. Maybe that would have helped. So let's look at that. Take a look at that idea. And if anyone else is watching, you got some more ideas on what I could do, let me know. So if you'll notice, when I do finally die, like, all these builds are still here. So if I had taken height, maybe that would have been okay. I could have used my AR to try and shoot the boat or shoot the driver, and or both. But, like, right here, when I'm trying to get the revive or get the health, that was pointless.
I then try building. It just goes right through. I got stuck under my build there.
Dang! Ouch!
I think I need to honestly just, like, go into creative and just go into the water and just practice building. Because yesterday when I was, like, playing with Dr. Neurolab, I didn't do good with the builds on that either. Like, it just... in the water in particular. I got stuck under it a couple of times. So I think I need to just practice that more. But I also don't know how to engage with boats, so I'm not sure how to practice that one either. Maybe just go into a duos creative with somebody and like let them be in a boat and try and survive the builds or something. Or the explosives. Yeah, I mean, thankfully there aren't tanks in the arena, but the boats, I don't know, they don't do a ton of damage. They do what, 35, I think, with explosives? But like just the fact that they can basically insta-wreck a lot of your builds that you're trying to use. I don't know. Maybe I got to use like 2 layers of buildings or something to try and prevent it so that they like break the first layer but not the second one. I don't remember this one. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, so I land. I wanted to go to the dock, but somebody else was landing there. I was too low. Somebody else was at the mansion landing, so I decided to go down here. There are some chests and some good amount of mats. Over on the edge, up on the map over here, there's some more materials and whatnot, but after I get all these mats, here's where I make my mistake. Some blue health for me. Oh, is that a person? Wow. Okay, let's go to the reflection there. So that was me second guessing myself. So when I was going in there, I was like, oh, is that somebody? And I was like, nah, that was a visual glitch. Or like something behind the, what's it called? The little window, you know. So I tried to build stairs. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if it ended up behind me because I was sliding or what, to try and take height. But with the only gun being that AR up against a combat SMG that's gold, that was just a unfortunate scenario to be in. And the reason why I was going that direction was to try and avoid the person at the mansion and to avoid the person at the dock. So it was a gamble whether or not somebody was going to be there. But to have them be there with that gun, yikes. Yeah, so here's where I mess up. So if we zoom in and try and scrub it a little bit. See that? I thought, oh, okay, maybe it's a fish behind it jumping in the water. No, it was a person. I shouldn't have played it safe. Oh, is that a person? Looking at it now, I think they actually shot through the stairs. A person. I mean, legendary combat SMG, that would just shred right through that build. Oh, did I not use them at all? Was I at 0? Oh, you're right. Thank you. Yep, this is just reinforcing. I have to remember to use the blue health as soon as I get it. Yeah, that 40 health would have potentially made it so I could have at least survived to get height. Wow. Thank you, Taco. I appreciate that. Yeah, let me look at that again. I don't know why the scrubbing is not working. Still not gonna allow it? Okay, fine. Let's go slow-mo. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, you're right. It didn't place it. I mean, okay, so had it placed the stairs and had I used the splashes, that could have been an extra 70 health-ish that could have saved. Because it may have blocked one bullet, even if it's just one bullet. And then to have the extra 40 health from the splashes, I could have gained height there. Potentially. So, reinforcing a lesson that I learned last time that I'll try and make sure I do next weekend. Okay. Next round, I was attempting to do like a lower drop to fly up right here to get to the mansion early, and that just messed me up. So I dropped in an unusual location. So what I ended up doing here is just being a bush Wookiee for most of this round. I'm just kind of watching this person who was passing up on like purple guns and whatnot. So I was like, okay, with my loadout, I do not want to engage with him. I did not have great stuff. I did not have full shield. So I'm just kind of hanging out. Find a coconut. Another coconut. Okay, so I'm in an excellent position right here because the storm keeps closing, like right near me or on me. And so I'm in a bush. I'm able to see all around me. Take a couple shots at some people who are fighting other people, just kind of get them to box up. Okay, so let's get to the engagement that happens here. On this one, I was hoping they'd move around me. Reloading my gun. Reloading my other gun. I'd rather do that than push, like for the kill. Trying to continue to move so I don't get sniped. Okay, so at this point, they're below. So what I ended up doing was, assuming that they didn't have good vantage point,
I don't like how exposed I am right here.
I wanted to bounce. So I left, went around. Let me go a little bit faster.
I'm kind of hoping they don't realize that I just left.
I build myself in right here. And so then I start tunneling.
Okay. I am in.
So there's somebody right above me. I know there's somebody below me. Okay, so let's go a little bit faster. So I continue to tunnel.
I'm not a fan of the height, but really close. That's where I'm supposed to go.
Go a little bit faster. My tunneling here was really good. It worked really well. Wanted to make sure I close that up. Okay, so I know there's somebody above me. I know there's somebody down here. It's like a layer down, maybe 2 layers down, and then over, like 2 layers. I didn't want to peek, like open up a window, because then this would have been too brittle. I realized I made a mistake there when I did that. So I'm trying to not do it again.
It's not building.
I don't know what happened here. Figured I'd use this. Kind of bait them out. But because, again, there's like 3 people right around me. I was a little nervous to like poke my head out.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate it. I paid them to do that.
Good tunnel again.
They have got height on me, don't they?
Okay, so I drop down. They build me in.
Oh no, third party.
And then that happens. Alright, so let's look at this again. Whoops. Okay, so that was not my build. So they're the ones building right now with the metal. I'm building with the wood. So I try and block. Realize that there's floor above me. They box me in. It's a brilliant move for them. I can't go anywhere. I see exactly what I'm trying to do. What I don't know is that this stuff's getting shot out. So I go for my shot, nail him, 123 damage, but now look at me. I'm completely exposed. I believe the right and the left side are open, and oh, just the left side. Okay, and then I just get third-partied by somebody else. Oh no, third-partied.
I need a medic bag!
So that was excellent third-partying right there. Whoops.
I'm actually pretty happy with how that ending went, and it wasn't because of placement or anything like that. It was because my tunneling actually worked. It was effective, and I was fast at it. So all the effort that I put into last week, like figuring out how to tunnel, because I hadn't done that before, I feel like it paid off. So that was great.
Yeah. I'm getting better at knowing when to tunnel, as well as like actually doing the process itself. So part of the issue is just knowing what mechanics to use and when for different scenarios and whatnot. And because I don't play this all day, every day, it's not just second nature to me. So I'm really having to think through what would be good in this moment. And I can't really rely on just like the muscle memory. But overall, I felt like it was a good strategy to leave that person. They were probably confused why I wasn't pushing them. And the tunneling worked well. I had people all around me for that end game and just got third-partied at the end. Let's see. Okay, I think this next one was the sniper drop. Okay, so next round, I try and land at the 7 again because I was like, oh, this has been going well for me. I think I even like said it in the stream, like, oh, this is a good place for me to drop. Now you'll notice all I have is a sniper rifle. Absolutely no weapons. So I'm playing it safe, just hanging out in this bush. But then as I start to move over here, there's footsteps. So I'm like, well, I'm not engaging with somebody with just a sniper rifle. Like I'm not going to attempt to no-scope them. This is not going to happen. So I try to leave, and this person is like, nope, I'm going to pursue you. So I land here to try and get away and hopefully get a weapon. But that happens.
Wow. Ouch. Good job, person.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think like it's luck of the draw in terms of like whether or not I get a weapon that I could actually engage in anything other than super long range. But maybe I should have gone to a different location up here. I don't know. Had I taken a zip or something, and if they had tried to follow me, at least I could be moving away from them and turn around and look at them with a sniper. So maybe that would have been a good strategy. But I didn't think they would be that interested in talking about renewing my car's extended warranty. Like, they really wanted to get to me. So that was, I don't know. I don't know what I could have done differently there. Just kind of unfortunate. Okay, so the next round, I decided to actually land in the center. So I had a change in strategy. I was like, maybe the 7 outpost isn't a great idea. So I was like, well, what happens if I land in the middle of the map? Maybe I won't have to move as much. Maybe I can take my time, etc. So I wanted to go somewhere where there weren't too many people. So I do notice this person. Get some weapons. They're in the house right next to me, so I'm just kind of hanging out here. Moving from cover to cover in the different bushes. Again, playing for placement. I move into another bush, and then that happens.
What?
Oh, jeez, Rick.
I guess my face was sticking out.
I mean, maybe?
Oh, there's a person.
I'm crouched. Maybe my head's right there, sticking out on the edge? Maybe they just happen to see that? I don't know, though. I mean, look at my face. I am thoroughly confused.
What?
Yeah, so I'm assuming my head was sticking out a little bit, but again, it was just like another round where it was an unfortunate. Other than making sure I'm centered in the bush, not much I could do about that. Okay, so next round is the last one. Okay, so on this one, I decided to try the middle of the map again, which I think is a decent strategy. I just got to figure out where to land, because we usually land on the edges. So I'm not super familiar with like a good drop spot. Okay, so I'm hanging out in a bush. Get some more mats. Doing okay on my weapons, other than not having an AR. Decided not to engage with that person. Watching the edge of the storm. Somebody comes right over to my right. Right over the hill. Start to engage. Now this one was interesting. They were also clearly playing for placement, because took height and basically built a fort. Like, neither of us engaged with each other and just kind of hung out. I attempted to build down with the stairs, but it was like kept resetting every time I was using them. So came back up, just kind of hung out in here some more. Placement ended up being great because neither of us were engaging with each other. And we both kind of basically just escaped without either one of us actually killing each other. So I get into this little engagement right here. If you notice my mats, I have, like a little over 300 builds? Like 350-ish, almost. So I don't have a ton. I box up. I'm really low on mats now. And then we get to the very end where I'm hanging out in a bush. I know somebody has died over here, so I'm hoping that they drop some mats. I was able to pick some up and get some, but then oh, that happens. So not only was it getting hit with a shotgun, but I'm also getting hit right here. You'll see with a third party. So that, like, look at this. Go from a little bit of shield to losing pretty much everything, like, instantaneously. 2 health, and then dead. Oh. So that was unfortunate. Let's go back to the other thing that I just had open. So overall, like, my playing was better, but there's, like, in terms of being able to build, being able to engage with people, I panicked less. Maybe I'll get like a heart rate little thing so you can see my heart rate, like a monitor when I'm doing this, to see like what's my heartbeat while doing it. Or I could even keep track of it on here, actually, now that I'm thinking out loud about it. But my overall placement didn't necessarily reflect it, and part of it was because of these like unfortunate rounds where I'd start off and just died too quickly. Whether it was like the unexpected, oh, I don't have a sniper rifle, or oh, all of a sudden I'm in a bush and then headshot dead. So despite the lack of improvement for the total points and the placement and whatnot, like any significant amount, I do feel like it was better. So some lessons learned. I need to use shield when I get it. I do need to continue to work on the 1v1s. I should figure out how to build in the water. That only happened once, but last night when I was streaming with Dr. Neurolab, we got stuck in water, and I died in there because I kept getting stuck under the build. So, yeah, I could spend more time in the water working on that. What else? Wasn't quite as clear cut as it was last time in terms of like, oh, I need to work on the 1v1s. I don't feel like I need to work on tunneling as much as I used to, so that's a significant improvement. So that's a good thing to note. Yeah, so I think the thing that I'll focus on is build in the water, because like the shield thing is just a matter of remembering it, but the thing to actually practice is more time doing that. and figuring out how to get through the explosives and whatnot. So I don't know, quick stream today, but again, going back to what I mentioned at the very beginning, like the T framework is extremely helpful for thinking of like, oh, how much time do you have today? What's your energy level, and then what's your attention span and whatnot. So my energy level is low because of lack of sleep and whatnot. So yeah, I'll just do this reflection stream, and then I'm going to work on some stuff that doesn't require much energy, like a bunch of like music stuff and video editing. Because I'm actually going to put out even more content every day. I think it's going to be 3 videos a day to try and get caught up on all the old stuff. Because like everything that I'm releasing on social media is like from multiple months ago. Like I think it's a Fortnite clip that comes out tonight. That or Elden Ring. But that was 2 or 3 months ago that it was recorded. Like you'll notice in the streams, like it's all snow time and whatnot on the map. Because that was just a long time ago. Let's see. Overall, today's vibe, I don't know. I am pretty tired because 4 a.m. wake up, but hopefully it was focused or educational. I'm going to go with tired. I'll allow it. So the quality of the content. So analysis was okay. Wasn't as, I don't know, clear cut as last time, but I learned some things. A little tired from lack of sleep, but was reflective and responsive. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm going to get into some video editing, so I probably won't be on again until Wednesday evening, maybe Monday, but I doubt it. I got a meeting that's going to go later into my evening. So, yeah. Thank you, Taco, for stopping by. Thank you, anybody else who happened to stop by. I don't have my viewer count showing because I don't want to look at it. So, maybe there's a billion of you. Thank you for being quiet, all billion of you. But anyways, I hope you all have a good rest of your evening or afternoon, morning.